so this is not going to be a surprise. Algebraic proportions. The product of the means is equal to the product of the extremes. What that means is I'm going to cross multiply is what you guys call it. So A times D equals B times C. See how it kind of makes a heart? Ooh, which means we love this. Love, love, love. Okay, we're going to cross multiply. You guys know how to do that. So is it a proportion? Write this down to see if it's a proportion. If when you cross multiply, that's really messy, but I was distracted. When you cross multiply, the product are equal, then it is a proportion. Okay, so we're going to say, does 4 6 equal 8 12? The question mark's there because we don't know. So I'm going to multiply. So 4 over here, I'm taking 4 times 12, which is 48. Over here, I'm taking 6 times 8, which is 48. Are those equal? Yep, that means yes, it is a proportion. All right, let's do this one. I'm going to multiply 18 times 10, which is 180. And I'm going to multiply 12 times 16, which is 192. Are they equal? They are not equal. That's your symbol for not equal. So no, this is not a proportion. All right, over here, I'm going to multiply. Well, come on, there we go. I'm going to multiply 4 times 15, which is 60. And I'm going to multiply 6 times 10. That disappeared, didn't it? 6 times 10, which is 60. They are equal. Therefore, yes, that is a proportion. A proportion is defined as two equal ratios, which are fractions. Okay, to solve, we're going to cross multiply, solve the resulting equation using your equation rules. So see how that has an equal sign? That's telling us this is a proportion. We've got a fraction on the left equal to a fraction on the right. We can cross multiply either way. We can cross multiply these first, or you can cross multiply those first. Doesn't matter. I'm going to go with the one that has the x. So I'm going to get 10 times x, which is 10x. That is equal to, because it says so, 4 times 15. So 10x is equal to 60. It's all multiplication. Opposite of multiplication is divide. So I'm going to get x is equal to 6. Now what that means is 4/10 is equal to 6/15. So question, does 4/10 reduce? Yeah, you divide them both by 2, you get 2/5. Divide these both by 3, and you get 2/5. So that shows you that they are equal. Do you have to do that? No, I just want you to know what's going on. All right, on this one, I'm going to multiply this one first. Now, when I do that, it's 4 times the entire x plus 2. So you have to write it in parentheses, okay? Then I'm going to multiply this one. It's equal because they told me so. 3 times 36. Over here, I'm going to distribute. Now let's go with a neutral color. 4x plus 8, distribute, equals 3 times 36 is 108. See the plus sign? Over here is where we're looking. Remember where the x is. I'm going to subtract 8. So 4x is equal to 100. Addition's gone. I'm down to multiplication, so I'm going to divide by 4. So x is going to equal 25. Remember, if I'm going too fast, pause the video. Okay, so on this one, it doesn't matter which one I do first because I've got x's either way. So I'm just going to go this way. I like going this way first. So I have 2 times 3x plus 3, and that's going to equal, what's the other side? 6 times 2x minus 1. So when I distribute here, I get 6x plus 6 equals 12x minus 6. I got to move something from left to right. Remember, I like to move from this right-hand side, I like to move the guy with the x. So I'm going to subtract 12x. So 6x minus 12x is negative 6x. We still have a plus 6 equals negative 6. I'm going to subtract that 6 because this is the side that has the variable. So negative 6x equals negative 12. Pluses and minuses are all gone. I'm going to go to division. X is going to equal 2. Okay. So with percents, I think you've probably heard this before. Is over of equals percent over 100. What was that again? Is to of as percent is to 100 to ta. Is to of as percent is to 100 to ta. Is to of as percent is to 100 to ta. This is supposed to say whatever comes after the of, not just the F. Whatever comes after the of goes on the bottom left. So 15%, remember, means 15 out of 100. That's what 15 over 100 means. So what does 42% mean? It means 42 out of 100, which is 42 over 100. 72% means 72 out of 100, so 10% is 10 out of 100. All right, so we're going to set this up. We're going to go blank, blank. Here's what we are looking for. We are looking for the word percent or for a percent sign. If that percent is there, we're going to put 100 there. Now we're looking for the is and the of. Do we know the percent? It says what percent, so that's X. Here we have 60 is, so that goes on my is. Over here, of 150, and look at bada bing, bada boom, I've got a proportion. When I cross multiply, I get 150x equals 60 times 100. So I have 150x equals 6,000. I'm going to write really small. I divide by 150. So x is equal to 40. Now, you've got to remember, x is 40. So that is 40 over 100. But what's the question? The question says what percent? So you need to put a percent sign there. It is 40%. Okay, we see the percent sign, so we're going to set it up with the 100 on the bottom. Do we have a percent? Yes, we've got 60%, so we're going to put it up there. Then it says what number is. So up here on the is, we're putting X. We don't know what number that is. Of 5. Of goes on the bottom. We're going to cross multiply. I have 100x equals, and I'm going to cheat a little bit, guys, because I'm running out of space. 5 times 60, which is 300. Divide them both by 100 because there's no plus sign, so x is equal to 3. Do I need to put a percent? No, it said what number? 3 is a number, so that's where we stop. All right, so I'm going to set up proportions. Do I put a 100? Yes, because there is a percent sign. Why am I making a big deal about that? Because tomorrow or the next video, you're dealing with just proportions, and not every proportion has 100. It's only if it's got a percent sign, okay? We have a percent, so there's our 5%. Then it says of what number? So of is my x, and then it says is 6.5. So remember, your is up here, your of is down there. We're going to cross multiply. I'm going this way first. 5 times x is 5x. And then over here, 6.5 times 100 is 650. Guess how I did that so fast? Well, because I've already done these problems, but I used a calculator. No addition, so I'm going to divide everything by 5. So x is going to equal to 130. Pause. Do I need a percent sign? No, it said what number. All right, we're going to set this up. I see the word percent, so I'm putting 100. Is there a percent given to me, or is that what I'm looking for? I'm looking for the percent. It says 9 is. Remember, is goes up on top. And then it says of 25. 25 goes on the bottom. Now, your teachers might have told you to multiply just 9 times 100 and write 900, divide by 25. Can't do that, guys. You're in algebra now. There's stuff coming up that you've got to follow these steps. You've got to do it the way we ask. So you have to cross multiply and do 25x. You have to cross multiply and get 900. Then you're going to solve that equation. and x is going to equal 36. Is it a percent? Oh, it is. It says what percent? So we're going to put 36%. Now you've got to show this equation. You've got to show this equation. You cannot just do multiply and divide like you learned in middle school. Why? Because we're going to come up to algebraic equations or algebraic proportions. You got to do them that way. It won't work without it. All right, 2 more of these, and I'm going to see the percent. So I'm going to put 100, and it told me 20%. 15 is my is. Look, it even looks like the word is. Of what number? So that's my x. Cross multiply 20x. Do not skip this step. 59 times 100, 1500. We're going to divide everything by 20. X is going to equal 75. Is it a percent? Nope, it's a number. So stop there. I'm going to set up a proportion. I see the percent, so I'm going to put 100, and it is 10%. What number is? My is my x. Of 124 goes down here. I'm going to cross multiply. 100x equals 1,240. No plus sign, so I'm just going to divide by 100. X is going to equal 12.4. That's okay. That's a pretty decimal. We're allowed that. Is it a percent? Nope. It says what number, so we are done. Okay, so what you're going to remember here is to of, as percent is to 100. Ta-ta! Have fun.